Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back. Another episode. Another day. Today is a special day. Day 200 of our journey here. Crazy that we even, never thought I'd even make it to day 200. I thought I thought I would have probably quit along the way, but I've loved the series so much and love doing it that I just want to keep going. So, yeah, shout out to everyone that's been supporting me along this journey. It's been crazy. Hopefully we might finish up here soon. I don't know. Maybe we might have a job. So excited. Interviewing and hopefully some good news soon. So, but yeah, we're gonna get straight back into it. So, let's take a look at our problem of the day. Kind of take a look here. Minimum people to teach. Let's set up our environment here. Okay. Let's take a look here. On a social network consisting of M users and some friendships between users, two users can communicate with each other if they know a common language. You'll give it an integer n, an array languages, and an array friendships, where there are n languages numbered 1 through n. Okay. There are n languages numbered 1 through n. Languages I is a set of languages that the ith user knows. Friendships I, UI, VI denotes a friendship between the users UI and VI. You can choose one language and teach it to some users so that all friends communicate with each other. Return the minimum number of users you need to teach. Note that friendships are not transitive. So meaning if X is a friend of Y and Y is a friend of Z. This doesn't guarantee that X is a friend of Z. I'm thinking this is probably a graph problem as my first intuition here. No, it's not. So there are n languages numbered from 1 through n. Let's take our input here. Gotta do a little bit of planning here. So we're given a vector of ints of languages, a vector of ints, friendships, and an integer n. There are n languages numbered 1 through n. Languages I is a set of languages the ith user knows. Friendships I is equal to UI VI denotes a friendship between the users UI. You choose one language and teach it to some users so that all friends can communicate with each other. Turn the minimum number of users you need to teach. 1, 2, 3. So I'm thinking here that 1 is friends with 2. Yeah, I think the wording of this problem is absolutely terrible. I'm gonna get a better explanation for this problem. I'm a little confused into exactly what we have to do. Fully understand the question. Minimum number of people to teach. N languages. This person may know multiple languages. Friendships are given as UV. Two people can communicate if they share at least one common language. If they cannot, we're allowed to teach exactly one language to any number of people. goal, find the minimum number of people to teach so that all friendships to communicate. Added, yo, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. Trying to think here, so you can either teach user 1 the second language, or user 2 the first language. Trying to think here. I'm still not fully understanding the question here. Let's try and get a better explanation. I'm still not understanding the question properly. You're a group of friends. Each pair speaks some languages, maybe English, Spanish. Okay, friendships are already formed, but for the friendship to work, both friends need to talk. So we have 3 languages. Person 1 knows 1, person 2 knows 2, person 3 knows 1, 2. Okay. Makes sense. Was the interview done? Yeah, man. Good question. Yeah, I had the technical interview on Monday. So today's Tuesday, so it was yesterday. I did really good, man. I passed it with flying colors. I did really well on the live coding. And I did really well just on the comprehension questions based on my resume. So I felt really good about it. I thought the interview liked me too. So yeah, I got an email today saying I'm scheduled for the 4th round. So I got a 4th round interview the following Monday now. So hopefully it goes right. This is the last round. So hopefully it goes well. So fingers crossed, bro. Gotta keep preparing and hopefully it goes good. So person 1 is friends with person 2. Person 2 was only the second language. Person 1, person 2 knows 2 cannot overlap. Person 1, 3. Okay, I think I'm fully understanding this question, right? So let's switch colors here. This is person 1, right? So we have person 1 here, person 2, person 1, 2, 3, right? Person 1, right, knows language 1. Person 2 knows language 2. Person 3 knows language 1, 2. Friendships 1, 2, right? So we have 1 and 2 here. These 2 are friends, right? So they have a connection. Then we have 1 and 3, right? We come to 1 and 2. Person 1 can only speak language 1. Person 2 can only speak language 2. So this doesn't work, right? Person 1 can speak language 1. Person 3 can speak language 1. So this would work, right? Person 2 can speak language 2. Person 3 can speak language 3. So this relationship would work, right? So really, we only have this one that doesn't work here, right? So we need to be able to teach person 1 language 1. Person 2 language 1, sorry. So I'm thinking for starters 1, right? We need to build a set of languages for each person. I think that's step 1, right? What do we want to do after that? 2, maybe identify which relationships need teaching, right? And 3, you can choose one language and teach it to some of the users so that all friends can communicate. Let's start with 1, right? Let's create a method that returns, I think, an unordered map, right? So unordered map. We probably want a int. What do we want to call this? Build languages, and we want to pass in vector of integers, reference, languages, vector of integers, friendships. Man, I'm like congested, dude. Oh my god, again. Okay, how do we want to build this hash map? Well, thinking we create an unordered map, right? Unordered underscore map. We want to store integers, and we want to store our language relationships, right? Yeah, I think that's the correct syntax, I think. So how will we do that? Well, we need to loop over each person, right? And kind of guess what relationship they speak, right? And put it into a hash map. I think that's the best way to go about it. So for int fuck, dude. I got a text. For int I is equal to 0, I is less than languages.size, right? I plus plus. And let's loop here because we want int language in shit, what is it? It's a colon, right? In languages I. Map int languages friendships. What would the next round be about? I think it's a from what they've told me, it's a kind of like a cultural fit interview. So a cultural fit, maybe plus a light technical. So yeah, culture fit interview, light technical. It's only half an hour. So the other one, well, the technical one was an hour. So yeah. So I'm kind of going to prepare a lot with my behavioral questions. I feel like it's probably going to be a little bit more behavioral for sure. I mean, it's only half an hour, so you know, just got to prepare right, and hopefully it goes good. So should know a little bit more next week. So pretty excited. I really like it though so far. So it's been really great. Hearing a lot of good things, and so yeah, super excited. Hopefully it works out. So for int I is this, or language is I. We want to do language relationships. Language. Man, this shit in my throat is pissing me off, dude. Like, so this is person I, so person 0. Right, so let's do int language. I think this would be int person. Language is I. If you get the job, will it start now or after you graduate? I think after I graduate. So it's an entry level position, so hopefully. What is the question number? It is a daily problem, bro. 1733. Person languages I. Languages relationships. That's what I called it. V1. This should be language. Is equal to language. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Would it be equal to language? Because then we'd just be overriding every time. We need to add it to our list, right? So maybe instead of holding integers here, we want to hold a vector of ints. Right? And then language is I. Probably want I plus 1 actually, right? To deal with 0, right? We want to be 1. Right? So I plus 1. Leave it's dot insert language. And we then want to return. I guess this could necessarily be void, probably, right? We don't really need to return the thing, right? This could probably definitely be void. We build the languages. We probably need a print function here, right? Print mat. We want to pass in our unordered map int a vector int language relationships. Oh, let's just do like hash map or something hashy. Right, let's get, I want Claude to generate this for me because I don't want to write it myself. It's a waste of time. Can you generate me a print unordered map function? Sweets, thank you for that. Oh my god, dude. An uploader with an iStyle watch. let's take this print map function, put this here. Thank you for that. Just need that function. Let's move all this, tab that over. Okay. Ooh. Nice. Okay. We have that print function here, so now let's print it just to get the view of it. Print map. What do we want to pass in? What is it called? Our language relationships, right? Language relationships. Probably want to. I don't know if we need to include in Leetcode. Honestly, I don't know if we need to. Let's see. Non-void function. Oh, we need to return something. So return an integer. So let's create an integer. Int res. Let's print that. Sorry, return that. Return res. Insert. I don't have C++. Is it not insert? What is it? Oh no. Language relationships. I+1. What is wrong here? Maybe we have to grab this value. Well, technically we're referring to a hash map here. Hash map doesn't have... Oh, it does have an insert. No matching function for call insert. Can't see this. We're missing a if statement here, I think. Sorry, yeah. Let's fix that. Yeah, yeah. Language relationships I+1 dot insert language. Let's ask Claude. I'm not sure, because I don't know. This is, I think, referring to the hash map. So I'm not sure how we can refer this to our value of hash map. Value set. Then we would do value set dot insert language. The set itself is the value. So maybe this is how you do it in C++. Did I spell this wrong? Use of unclassified identified language relationships. Okay, maybe I do need this here then. Return Yeah. Oh, sorry, not print map. Whoops. Shit, dude. Build languages. Undeclared identifier. This should be created in the beginning. Error use of undeclared. Okay, let's get rid of this out of here. Set res equal to 0. Let's create this here. Equals build languages friendships. I don't know why it doesn't like it, to be honest. Why is this not liking this? Unidentified language relationships. Okay, so now we need to pass in this as well. Jeez, man, this is freaking confusing, dude. What is going on here? Let's save that. I don't want to map vector language relationships. Pass in language relationships. We need to add this here, bro. Oh my gosh, man. Unordered map int vector hint bridge relationships. Okay. No matching member function to call insert. This should be a vector of ints. Guess we can explicitly define that. Oh, it has to be auto reference, right? Because then we're redeclaring it. Oh shit, that's why it's not working, bro. We were outside the class, our private section. What are we doing? Oh my god, dude. No way, dude. What is going on here? Now we can get rid of this and we can return res, right? Oh my gosh, dude. Dude, I want to get rid of this. I want to put this in the private section, dude. I fucking hate dealing with this shit. Everyone makes it look so much more organized. This can be a void again. I don't have to return anything. We don't have to pass in this. I don't have to pass in this either. Still doesn't like the insert. No matching member function to call to insert. Maybe this doesn't technically exist. Right? Because we're looping through. Maybe this value doesn't exactly exist. That's why this is not working. Curious why. I'm getting a no matching member function. Call to insert. Oh my gosh, dude. We use pushback. Jeez, man. Is that really our error here, bro? Like, come on. Okay, here we go. Finally getting somewhere. Key 1, key 2, key 3. I don't want to call this key. Okay, so now we've mapped everything, right? Step 1, right? Sorry guys, I'm still a little sick, I think. Maybe I'm getting sick again, dude. So now, what do we think about here? Well, we build our languages, right? Now we need to identify which relationships need teaching, right? And in our plan over here, I guess it's not really a plan, but we need to be able to map person 1 to here and check if this is possible, right? So let's make this a void function for now. So let's do void find candidates, right? What are we gonna need? Well, we're gonna need our vector of integers, friendships, right? And then we're gonna need a unordered map of integers vector int. What do we call this? Language relationships. Right. For for, I believe this can be const. We're not going to make any manipulations to it, right? Const order reference. Const order reference? Const. Friendships, right? We're gonna need to do, let's do P1 is equal to, no, we then need a loop, right? So we're looking at this specific value, right? We're looking at this specific value. Sorry, dude, I'm getting sick again, I think, literally. Let's think about this, right? Const order reference, right? Being our here, I. Right? We probably want to grab our two values first. That's what I was trying to decide, right? Probably want to grab our two values first, right? Grab two values. Are we always going to have two values, though? That's the question. All tuples UIV are unique, right? So I think that means we only have two, right? So we can do... I believe these are going to be integers, right? So int... friendship int, let's do this, p1 is equal to friendship 0, int p2 is equal to friendship 0, then we go for this is the language, right? So we go for lang in friendship. We don't need the index here, right? For p1, p2, for lang in friendship. We then, what do we want to do here? Well, we probably want to, so we're looking at this value right here now, right? Looking at the language, right? I guess we have to think about this a little bit more. Full leg in friendship. This isn't really a language, this is a person, right? So maybe then we can reference the person and what language they can speak. Right? This needs to be 1. Let's see how Columbia soccer's going. No way. My buddy's screaming all about it in the room next to me. Trying to figure out how exactly we can compare this. We have 1, right? It's a language of 1. So person I can speak this language. The person that we look at can speak this language. Sorry, vector C++. Reserve back, push back. I'm lost. I'm not sure. I don't know what method to use here. Laying in friendship. I believe this would be... Unholded. Jeez, man. Number of elements. 1, 2. Maybe instead of using friendship here, we use the hashy. Build languages. Laying dot. The key. The key being what? Person 1? No. Maybe we're not doing it inside the for loop. Actually, no. It would be... auto reference laying. I guess this could be const too, right? I mean, we're not going to make any manipulations to it, right? Build languages laying. So this specific value that we're looking at. Holy shit, dude. No. Console laying P1 and build languages P1. So it loops through the amount of languages in here, right? And then we loop through that in 2. If, what would this if be? If we're looping through every language in P1, right? right? If it is P2, then I'm confused what count actually returns. Turn right. Number of elements with key that is either 1 or 0. Number of elements with key that it compares to equivalent to X. I'm getting confused between the relationships of languages and people. It's just fucking with my head. Like, I wish these are maybe like English, blah, 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 instead of numbers. And my fucking congestion in my nose is so frustrating. Const auto lang field languages P1 if P1 Hey guys, I'm lost. I'm actually totally lost. I don't know how to do this. Let's bring this here. Identify which relationships need teaching. So we're grabbing P1 and P2, right? And then we're looping. For const auto reference lang, which I don't think is a lang language. These are the people, right? If person 1 Yeah, I'm lost, dude. I'm gonna have to ask. If you leave it as vector in. Okay. Smart way to go about it. We had the right thought process, just wasn't sure how to execute it. So apparently this needs to be a set. Friendships. Vector int. This should be a unordered set. of ints. Is that what it is? Unordered set? Yeah, I think it is. That means we need to fix this. This would be insert. We then need to fix this print map. Takes an unordered set. Map contents, full const, auto pair, and hashy. SC person, const vector int reference, const unordered set int reference. We can leave it as vec. I think the rest of this is fine. This can just be int. Right. Compile. Segment. What's it called? For int lang and build languages P1. Reference to non-static member function. Oh shit. Language relationships on build languages. Okay, now we're at the if. We need a flag here. Bool flag is false. For int lang in language relationships P1 if that specific language let's just run this, dude, so I can see it. I want to see, I like to see the, oh my gosh, dude. That guy. Right, sets don't have an index. Fuck. Store reference val in vec val. Let's get rid of this. Oh shit, this should be, oops, this should be this. Oh my gosh, dude. So it works with unordered set. I can't be fucked to change this.
Still streaming?
Yeah.
Oh, actually? I saw the recap on my phone, like that you got like a notification or a recap, and I thought you were already done.
No.
Let's go chat. Let's go chat.
Okay, so we need a iterator, but I'm not gonna design this function here. I just need it to print. That's all I needed to do. So shift tab. Oh no. Fuck me, dude. Let's take this function here. Bring this over. Yep. get rid of this. If the for here, got it inside the loop. Yes, yes. Let's bring this over. What is this here? That should not be there. Let's see. Okay. So now we're back here. Back to this spot here. We fixed that. Now we can run it. Okay, nice. Now we're printing properly. Friendship in friendships. Flag is false. Int lang language relationships. P1. Right, being. Right, we're looking at friendships here. Grabbing this value, looking at 1 in here, seeing that there's 1. Right. So soon this series would change. Yeah, bro, I'm getting stuck on this problem, bro. Is this problem tough at it? Yeah, this is tough for me, dude. This is a difficult problem. It's biweekly contest 44. So it is ranked. I'm curious to see what this is ranked, because I think this is a tough problem. This is tough for me to think about, dude. I think I've spent nearly an hour on this problem. Sorry if it's boring at all, dude. But yeah, hopefully, dude. I mean, once I get a job, I plan to do different stuff, so. Hang on, dude. Where's the... Curious to see what this problem's ranked. 1733. 1984. This is a tough problem, bro. Like... Identify which relationships need teaching. Right, we get this in language relationships P1 if, right, we want to check inside of person 1, right? So if person 1, the value in person 1, how do we check this? If we do doc count, it counts the amount of variables in here, right? But technically that wouldn't work if it comes down to these two. Dude, what does dot count do in C++? Unordered set. Wait, what are we comparing it to? A... Ah, okay. Okay. That makes sense, right? So if language relationships dot count lang language relationships P2, right? So now we're checking person 2 dot count if lang exists here. Man, this is fucking throwing my head in circles, dude. Holy shit. I don't know why it's so tough for me, bro. So, for int lang in language... I think it's just the syntax here, bro. It's wrapping my head around it. In lang and language relationships P1, right? Referring to what's inside here, right? Okay. So, if this value here, language relationships P2, referring to our 2 here. If 1 exists, then we're chilling, right? We could set our flag to be true, and we could break, right? Because then we know, right? We know that this language exists. We know we have a language so each person can speak to each other, right? I'm just gonna leave it can speak. Okay, otherwise we would then outside of here, outside of the 4, if flag, so if flag is false, right, then we want to add it to our candidates, right? We have a candidates set? No, we don't. So this is going to hold the relationships, right? This unordered set here, right? So then we can do, well, candidates dot insert std tuple 2 values, right? We'd want to add p1, right? Because these 2 don't work. P1, P2. I think that should be good. But let's then create a print map. Let's create a void print set. We pass in a unordered set of integers reference to, let's call it a set, right? We just want to loop through the values, right? So for auto int is equal to set.begin, right? Int does not equal to set.end, right? I plus plus. No. Plus plus it. So as long as it doesn't equal something that's null, right? Our null part, then what do we want to do, right? We want to std cout it, and then we want to add commas, right? Let's copy this part here. Alright, let's return our set. So now we want to identify our relationships. We've got our thing we call find candidates. We pass in our friendships and we pass in our language relationships. And then we want to print our set. I want to see what it looks like. So, and then we want to pass in our candidates. We're breaking it down though. We're breaking it down. Oh, L value reference candidates. Non-const L value reference to type unordered int. I think what I'm going to pass in here is I'm going to just pass in We'd have to change this. We're looking at an integer now. Okay. We have lengths on end. This should be set. Okay, perfect. Getting 2-1 now. So we're making progress. Whew. Okay. Now, think about the next part here, right? Shit. What was our next part? Okay. Let's think about it, right? What is our next part here, right? Zinc, dude, what's up? Hi. I'm trying to understand what's written for now. Yeah, dude, this is a difficult problem. Hi, Zinc. How you doing, dude? Sorry. 3, right? We now want to check how many languages, right? We now want to check how many languages, right? So to do that, we have to create another function, right? Probably a function that returns an integer, right? What are we working with here? I'm gonna leave this as an integer for now. We're gonna return an integer here, and we're gonna do minimum teachings. Oh shit, that's what it's called. Minimum. Let's call it minimum learn, right? We pass in our. We want to pass in our unordered set of integers. What is this? Candidates. This needs to be a reference, obviously. Okay. Int minimum learn. Minimum learn. Unordered set. Int. Oh no, we don't need to do that. Whoops. Candidates. We return our res here, right? So I guess this can be res is equal to this. We then minimum learn, unordered set, candidates, right? How can we think about this, right? Well, we have, what do we store here? We're storing the persons, right? The thing is, within these cases here, is we could have multiple, right? Here we have 3, 2, 4, 1, right? And we need to find the minimum, right? So how would we find the minimum? How would we find the minimum amount to learn, right? Because in our problem statement here, you choose one language and teach it to some users so that all friends can communicate with each other. Return the minimum number of users you need to teach. I guess we have to find the most frequent teaching out of all of them, right? So step 1, right? We need to find the most frequent teaching, right? And how can we do that? Well, I'm thinking probably a hash map, right? Because what we can do here is we can loop over every single candidate, access its how many values it has, right? And store those all in a hash map, right? And then the value with the largest the value with the largest amount can be the one that we teach to everyone else, right? Because technically we'd be able to return our most minimum value, right? Because our most minimum value would be really just the amount of people we have minus the most common, most frequent value we find. Right? Does that make sense? So, okay. So we're working with a set here, so we need to create a iterator, right? So for it, how do we do that though? What's the syntax to do that? For auto it is equal to set auto it is equal to candidates.begin, right? We then fuck, how do we do it? We do like it does not equal candidates.end it plus it, right? As we loop through, we do, how do we grab that specific value? Well, we did shit, dude, where is it? SC pointer it. Auto it is equal to candidates.begin. What type is auto it here? Is it a pointer? Do we have to dereference the pointer? Wait, okay. Is an iterator a pointer in C++? I'm pretty sure it is. I just want to make sure. Let's see, would this actually, would an iterator over a unordered set be a pointer? A raw pointer itself. This would probably better be like a ChatGPT question, probably, right? Like, no, an iterator for an unordered says not a raw pointer. In SC vector, iterators are often just raw pointers under the hood, but in SC elements are stored in buckets. Hash table iterators need to be traverse buckets and linked nodes within them. This is a dereference, right? Yes, okay. It is the dereference, right? Dereference. Okay, so we want to do what? We want to look at our language relationships, right? Language relationships. It. Let's do like a auto reference array is equal to this, right? I'm not gonna call this array, let's call this like list or something. Auto it over candidates begin. So we're looping over our candidates, right? So each candidate, we're then accessing where we are here and gathering each thing here, right? So I believe then we're gonna have to do another iterator, right? For auto it 2 is equal to list.begin. It, maybe this is probably too slow. Maybe we have to refactor this a little later. Plus I. Okay, notes. We want list. Okay. We want to create a hash map here, right? So std. Unordered map Let's create it down here. Int. What do we want to call this? What's a descriptive name that we can call this? Let's call this common vowels. I don't know what else to call it. Plus I. Common vowels. So common vowels. Our I is our it. Dereference though. Dereference it. What are we storing here? Shit, I've lost my thought process. What are we trying to store here? Our most frequent teaching, right? So no, we want the pointer at it2. It2 is what we're looking at, right? This value, right? And we want a plus or equal 1. Right? Okay. So I think that's working. Create me a print function for unordered map int. Probably overkill the amount of print functions I got, dude. Let's take this, right? Let's return, let's make this void. Let's call this find minimum learn. Dude, this is such over engineering, I feel like, for this problem. Like, literally insane, right? Like, let's call print map2 here. Print map2. We want to pass in our common vowels array, right? Common vowels. For it to undeclared identifier I. Whoops. It. To. It. To. Okay. What the fuck are we printing here? Map contents. Okay, we don't need that. We just need this. Let's get rid of that. Key 1, value 1. Key 3, value 2. Key 1, value 2. Key 2, value 2. Right? So really now all we need is our most maximum value from this, right? So now what we can do, let's call this build minimum learn. All right, we can build our minimum learn. Minimum learn, print it, right? For, right, we find our min, right? So we would go find minimum learn, pass in our common vowels, right? We don't really need a pass index like as part of the class, but I guess I'm just doing it for like a more visual example anyway. But which would then, this is going to return an int, find minimum learn unordered map int the fuck, what is this map, dude? Res map. Shit. Res map? No, wait, what do we want to call this, dude? Oh my god. Common vowels. Okay. We then what do we want to do? Res is equal to this, right? Okay, what do we want to do now? We want to find that minimum value, right? So we need to loop through our values, right? Loop through value. Okay, let's create int max is equal to int underscore min. I think that's a thing, right? Min value, right? So we go for const auto reference common vowels. Shit, how do you do this? Pair in common vowels. Whoops, in common vowels. Right? We want our int value to be pair. Sorry, this is key. Because we only need our value. Int value is equal to pair 1. Then we can check, okay, well, if we do std. No, let's just do if value is greater than max. Max is equal to value. Outside of that for loop. Oh shit, no, this would be dot second. Whoops. Pair dot second. If this for that, then we would finally do, we just need how many thingos we have, right? So we have this many languages. 1, 2, 3. What is N in our case? N is a languages numbered 1 through N. Languages I's instead of languages user knows. Denotes a friendship between the users. We just need the size of this map, our original map. So our original map is language relationships. So we can do what? Int max people is equal to language relationships dot size, right? Hopefully that works. And then all we have to do is just return max people minus max. Right, that should give us, would that give us our answer though? No, that's not going to give us our thing, right? Find minimum learn. Int max, int min, language relationships dot size. No, what? I've lost my train of thought now, dude. Can it stop again? Auto list relationships So we're looking for the common vowels in these, right? So we found key 3. Key 3 is the common languages, right? So 3 has been seen twice, language 1 has been seen twice, language 2 has been seen twice. Right, so we can grab the most common language, right? And then teach that. We would have to do only 2 minus this. I think it's 2 minus this map. Right? 2 minus common vowels. Let's see what that gives us, dude. Pair dot second. Error called object type int is not a function. Want a reference? I don't know. I don't think it's a type issue. Pair dot second, dude. What the? What is wrong here? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that error means, dude. Object type int is not a function. I don't know. Getting this error here. What does this even mean? Am I not? I don't think I'm looping through this properly. Oh shit, it's not a function, dude. That's why. Oh my gosh. Okay. What are we getting here? We're outputting 1, but our expected is 2. Holy shit, dude. This is probably the longest Leetcode question I've ever done, dude. My god. 3241, key value 2. I think we're doing the math wrong for this. I think. I mean, obviously we are. I mean, we're getting the wrong answer, but... Key 2, key 1, key 2. So we have 3 languages that have all been seen the same amount of times, right? So maybe it's half of that, right? Size divided by no, can't be right. I'm actually not sure, dude. I don't know. I don't know. What are we missing? There's just so much code, so much to think about, dude. Like, passing by value instead of reference. You're passing maps by value instead of average, which means your modifications don't affect the class members. Shit, we need to pass by reference. Some of them are not passing by reference. Pass by reference. Pass by reference. Pass by reference. Reference, reference, reference. Okay. So what I have here looks like is correct. So I've thought about it correctly. Then inside just language relations directly. Same for build minimum loan. Okay, did that fix it? Build languages. Find candidates. Alright, we only need friendships. Technically, I mean, these are class variables, so we don't need them. Maybe. You are checking for each language. Where are you talking about that? Apparently these are obviously friendships. These need to be const, right? We're not making any changes to these. Friendships, find candidates, we want build languages. We want const here as well. Const. Final computation is correct. Common vowels. You're saying you are checking for each language. I don't know what you're referring to, but I assume you're probably talking about this. It's not actually a language. I think it's a person. Actually, I think I got this wrong. I mean, it still works, but I didn't change it if that's what you're referring to. Too many functions. Oh, build languages, right? We changed that. Should just be languages. By taking each language, are you checking minimum users to teach? Yes, I am. Yes. Find candidates should only have friendships. Build minimum loan. Doesn't need anything. Find minimum loan. Does that really need anything either? No, we don't really need this. Just need to return an int. Nope, still doesn't like it. I'm not sure what my issue is here, dude. I really don't know. I think I'm thinking about this right. Like, I'm pretty confident that this code is correct, but there's just some minor issue in here somewhere, and I'm not. Let's see what Claude thinks, bro. Better variable names. Okay, thank you, dude. Remove the confusing int-min comparison. I guess. Bro. The article is hard due to variable naming and unnecessary complexity. I over-engineered it too hard, dude. So, is this code correct? Not really telling me anything, Claude. Well, obviously it's not correct, bro, because I'm getting a wrong answer here, so... Claude is not helping me, bro. Claude cannot help me with this problem, dude. Yes, the code is correct. Thank you, Claude. Thank you. Claude is terrible, dude. It cannot even help me, bro. Man, bro. Come on, bro. I don't know what I'm missing here, guys. Minimum number. I'm getting an error in my code. Using unordered map with this for keys that don't exist. Yeah, guys, I don't know what my issue is, dude. Dude, I don't even think AI can help me with this, dude. Fuck. Keys that don't exist in functions like for int length. So this is okay. Okay. Int max people, common vowels dot size. They're just telling me to add these cases here, which probably isn't going to fix my issue. Let's see. Claude made my shit way more simple. So let's see if what I made is correct. Let's see if these changes that they're telling me to do are correct. Okay. So I've missed something. So they are talking correctly. The issue in your code. Your logic is mostly the bug is subtle. It's in your find minimum learn. Okay. You're using max PVC common vowels dot size. Common vowels size is the number of languages among candidates, not the number of candidates themselves. Candidates dot size. Oh. So that is my issue. It's so hard to keep track of stuff when the code is this big, man. Like, keep track of what's going on. I guess that's something I need to improve on a little bit, but so then we have int max is 0. Max people is candidates dot size. With vowels dot empty return 0. Candidates dot size for const auto reference pair. We're checking the pair. Max people. Let's see if that fixes it. That small fix. Okay. What's the progress on the project? Any UI additions yet? Ah, dude. It's been tough, man. Now I'm gonna get a TLE. Hang on. Oh, thank God, dude. Oh my God. That was my issue. That was my bug, bro. Just this subtle thing right here. Bro, that was an insane question, dude. That was really, really difficult. Like, this question proves friendship is possible with common knowledge. I want to leave a comment there. That's because that was a tough question. Like, that was a tough question. Oh, that was a tough question. How long did it take me to solve that, dude? Oh my gosh. It took me nearly 2 hours to solve this question. Nearly 2 hours. Okay. Anyway. What's the progress on the project? Any UI additions yet? Yeah. Well, I was doing a little bit of work on it earlier today. Handle events if needed. I believe we're taking this view wrong. So how are we taking the view? And let's look at our scene.cpp. Create view. That's how we want to do it. We don't have a registry, but we do initialize m_scene. m_scene, yeah, that's what we do here. m_scene.get registry dot create view. Okay. These need to be floats. Float mouse X, float mouse Y. Auto reference button view.get UI component. So we're grabbing these components. I have not added, yeah, I answered your question. I have not made any UI on the screen yet. I've been super busy, bro. Like, I don't know, man. Like, applying for jobs, preparing for interviews, making time to work on my projects, making time to do a little bit of Leetcode. Like, sometimes today, like, I was going to work on the project all day today, bro. But that Leetcode problem took me nearly an hour and a half. I was not expecting that long. Like, but, you know, it's tough. You know, I work too. So, yeah. No, you might want a more robust path. TTF get error. Let's just not print that at all. UI.get. Let's get component. Let's take this. Come over here and do what? Oh shit. Get component. Get component UI transform. Get component is undefined. Maybe we don't need. What a reference. Some of the other errors here. We got a view here. create view, that's what it is. Create view. Okay, we're creating the view, but we're not grabbing the components properly. And how do we? I don't know why this is not good. If I get component is undefined. Empath zone. So we'll open up our registry. We grab each component. For entity and view, we get our component with a UI button component entity reference to that button. I don't know what my issue is here, dude. Steel mask. And these are all gets too. We're just trying to grab that specific pointer to the entity, right? And then what we're trying to do, if button.visible continue. Comp. So this works here. And that's the same code. We're looping through with entity. Oh, wait. STD vector astra entity, entities to destroy. We're creating the view. Right? Oh, that's why. So this needs to be a structured binding. Auto entity button transform in view. Expected an expression. This goes BT. Console to reference entity transform tank follower in tanks. Oh shit. Sprite renderer component entity. So the entity that we're looking at has to have this component. Type name is not allowed. I don't know what the error is here. Alt enter. What is my error, bro? Can you help me a little bit? Oh shit, dude. What the fuck? Get component returns a pointer, not a value. Aha, no. Cannot deduce auto type. I don't think we need that. Name follower must be class and namespace name. This doesn't exist right now, so let's get rid of that. Actually, let's comment this all out. Let's comment that out. Just want to fix these errors, dude. Get component. I mean, dude, like... Oh my gosh, dude, that's why, bro. Because we're checking entity. This should be... No? Should this be view? No. What, dude? Yeah, dude, I still don't know what the error is here. Like, Control enter. Oh shit. Alt enter. What is the issue? Oh fuck me, dude. What did I just do? Oh my god. Oh, is not defined in the scope, and your code get component is a member of scene. Anyone is going get component. So we need a reference. Okay. Oh. Okay. Ah, right. Okay, so that was our issue. So now all of these have issues. UI transform component. Transform by position X. I believe these should be pointers, right? Yeah, these are pointers. These should be pointers. Button dot visible. If it's false, okay, let's fix this. Okay, so we have auto entity text view, right? We want to do auto entity T text T2 in text view. Image view, auto entity, we do I and T in image view. M_scene dot get component. M_scene get component UI transform. This needs to be a pointer. _scene. So now image. These now all need to be pointers. Visible image texture. We got texture here. We want this. This needs to be a pointer. No. SDL render texture. What are we getting here? Pointer, 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 pointer. Rect, SLC rect. Have to come back to this, bro. I don't know. We need get component. Not dots, pointer. The auto pointer. UI transform get component. UI transform. We have our text is visible, and our text is not empty. Need to look at that issue too. I'm not sure. Okay. So now we fixed a lot of the issues. So now we need to fix this issue. Expand. Let's start with these ones. Why are we getting these issues? SDL render texture. Taking a renderer texture, a const SDL src rect. Const. Still rename. Oh, this should be const. So what? Const. It is already a pointer, so. Be like, what? Ooh. Trying to think. But it needs to be const here. No. Let's check some potential fixes. What's the fix here? Oh, sorry, I didn't see your message. Do you work on your project even when you go out of town and weekends? No, I don't, dude. I don't. I spend a lot of time with my girlfriend, so no, I don't. I wish I had time, but no. So what is our issue here? Or null pointer. So what is the issue? So we're deleting that line and we're doing SDL rect pointer src rect is equal to image .w is greater than 0 is greater than h, otherwise null pointer. M underscore renderer render copy. I'm not sure if this is gonna work, to be honest. Look at all these type errors, bro. Oh my god. 56 warnings, dude. Dude. Jeez, man. So what are we doing here? We are updating here. We're looping through. We're grabbing all the buttons. Checking if it's visible. We're setting our button rect to be the transform position of X, Y, size X, size Y. Right. Then we're checking SDL point in F rect point. So I guess we're checking if our mouse is inside the specific rectangle. Then we press the state as pressed. Else, I think this is incorrect. I think we have a function that hang on, I have to check. STL button left. Oh, I just sneezed so bad, man. Dude. Get mouse state returns a float. Yeah, it requires a float X and a float Y. Float mouse Y. So this needs STL rect button rect. Yeah, position X, position Y, size X, size Y. STL underscore F point. Mouse point is equal to mouse X, mouse Y. If STL point in F rect. What is this garbage here? renamed STL underscore point in rect float. STL button renamed STL button mask. Okay, so we fix that. So instead here we get the component here. We actually have that here. It's T. So I don't even think we need these. Actually, believe it or not. T. T2. Let's call this transform. Text. A little bit more descriptive, I guess. Text color. Probably get rid of this. We can make this image. Let's transform. This button. This transform. Okay. Let's make a note here. We need to like initialize the font, right? Why are we getting this error here? Text color. STL color FG. STL color. It is the right type. I don't know why. Line 36. I think this is like a weird error that we're getting here. Where are my other errors too? If you Astra entity target. Astra. Okay, that fixed it. 0 errors. Okay. Okay, so it's fine now. Okay, no, it's not. I think this is a weird error with the IDE. I'm stuck on learning, shaking my head and coding. Any tips? I wanted a tutorial on them for the 4th time now and still trying to understand it. Any tips to help? Yeah. My only tip for you is you got to start making projects, bro. You got to stop looking at the tutorials. And I know you're going to get like super overwhelmed, but I kind of got stuck in the same thing. So I totally understand where you're coming from. The real learning is going to come from the struggle, right? Like, you got to build your own project. Like, it's okay to use the internet. Like, it's okay to use AI. It's okay to, like, you know, use those tools to help you. But it's like, you got to struggle, right? You can't be like watching the tutorials and like expect to learn, you know? Like, I mean, you are going to learn a little bit, but like really, like, I believe, at least for me, like, I learn by doing, right? And I feel like a lot of people do, like, making the mistakes, learning, and getting better, right? So it's like, you got to find something that interests you, something that you want to build yourself, if that's whatever that interests you, right? I really wanted to learn C++, so I thought I'd build this game, right? It interests me and I wanted to get it done, right? But, you know, you're never going to know how to do everything, right? And it even takes me a long time too. So it's like, just start building something, man. Like, screw the tutorials, dude. Just start making shit. You know, that's really, and I know it sounds cliche because everyone says it, but really it's the truth, bro. It's like facts. You just got to start making shit. You got to start making shit that you're interested in and just have fun with it. And it'll come, bro. Don't worry about that. I'm probably going to end the stream here, guys. I think I'm getting like an IDE issue here. I don't know. I'd have to keep taking a look at it, but it was working before, but I don't know why I'm having issues here. But I've been streaming for a long time. Didn't realize I've been gone this long. I wasn't even planning on doing a 2-hour plus stream, but I guess it ended up happening. But jeez, my hair's all messed up. Oh, been programming too hard, bro. Yeah. Appreciate the love, guys. Day 200, awesome day. Thank you, guys. I code with this tutorial, but the thing is, I'm learning is kind of advanced, so that's why. Yeah, but you got to get out of the tutorial, bro. I'd finish the tutorial, dude, and like just start making stuff, right? You have to start making stuff. You can't keep following tutorials over and over and over again, right? You got to start making things, and it clicks, bro. Trust me, it does. Don't worry about that. But yeah, I'm gonna end the stream there. Peace, guys. I will see you tomorrow.